After getting back together with Liam, I stopped clinging to him the way I used to. He came home late one night after a department dinner, his face dark as he confronted me. Do you have any idea how long I waited for your call? Everyone else's girlfriend or wife called. Everyone, except you. You weren't like this before. I cut him off softly. But, didn't you say that was annoying? He froze. Liam came home when I was already asleep. He stumbled through the bedroom door, drunk. I jolted awake just as he flicked on the overhead light. The sudden brightness forced me to squeeze my eyes shut. His overcoat landed in a heap on the floor. The smell of alcohol clung to him, his expression stormy. Why didn't you call me? I was confused. What? His brows furrowed, anger mixed with something indefinable, almost hurt. I said, I was out for dinner tonight, and you didn't call me. Every other guy there got calls from their partners. The whole table. I was waiting for your call until midnight. HT. He grew more agitated, chest heaving, as he yanked his tie loose. You weren't like this before. Every time I went out, you'd call by 9 p.m., telling me to drink less, come home early. You'd ask who I was with, if there were any women. This time, you didn't ask anything. He pointed at the sleep mask I still wore on my forehead. And before, you wouldn't sleep until I was home. Now, you didn't even leave a single light on for me. The whole place was pitch black when I got back. I looked at him and interrupted softly. But, wasn't that what you said was annoying? Liam's voice cut off abruptly, words catching in his throat. I lowered my gaze. Last time I picked you up, remember? You told me, to my face, that I was annoying, that I should stop smothering you. The issue of calling him during dinners had caused several fights before our previous breakup. Several younger nurses in his department clearly had crushes on him. I'd personally walked in on little scenes, like nurses, bringing him homemade lunches, more than once. Especially recently, with that in turn, his junior, Hannah. They got along well. I admit, I felt insecure. That's why I couldn't help questioning him. Plus, his stomach was bad. Too much alcohol meant days of pain. I always worried he'd overdo it. Couldn't help but call to remind him. The last big fight before we broke up was exactly over a department dinner. I couldn't resist calling at 9 p.m. It took him ages to answer. Liam's impatient voice came down the line. What now? I said carefully, your stomach was hurting just the other day. Try not to drink too much. I heard a girl's laugh in the background. Don't worry, Olivia. I'll make sure Liam behaves. Hannah's voice chirped. I paused, about to ask Liam why he'd said no women were coming tonight, when he abruptly hung up. By midnight, he still wasn't back. Calling again went straight to voicemail. Worried something had happened, I drove to their usual spot. Getting out of my car, saw Liam standing under a streetlight, looking perfectly sober, draping his jacket over the shoulders of a young woman opposite him. Hannah. His colleague spotted me and started ribbing him. Someone's got a strict keeper. New lovebirds. My wife would be dead asleep by now. Couldn't care less. Lucky man, Dr. Evans. Liam's face darkened with each comment. Hannah, her hair neatly pinned, looking sharp and pretty, adjusted the jacket and nudged Liam playfully. Wow, Liam. Does Olivia manage your schedule like she's your mom? Calling and showing up? She turned to me, a sweet smile plastered on. Olivia, seriously, guys need breathing room too. Holding on too tight just pushes them away faster. Liam's crazy busy as it is. All this pressure isn't good for him, right? Don't bother explaining. She wouldn't get it. Liam opened the passenger door for Hannah. Get in. I'll drop you home. He didn't look at me again, walking straight past me to the driver's side. Hannah rolled down our window, waving. Bye, Olivia. Thanks for the lift. I stood alone in the cold wind, watching their car disappear around the corner. One of Liam's quieter nurses approached me. Liam's probably just stressed, Olivia. Patient load's been heavy. He's exhausted. Don't take it personally. The winter wind cut deep. I pulled my coat tighter. Yeah, breaking up with Liam wasn't because of one thing. It was everything. When I finally made the decision, my friends thought I'd lost my mind. You're breaking up with Liam Evans? What kind of guy are you looking for then? I understood their confusion. Liam was, on paper, the perfect boyfriend. Handsome, wealthy family, brilliant. He'd sailed through med school and residency, landed a job at one of the best hospitals on the West Coast, became the youngest attending in his department. His future was blindingly bright. He was generous. Gifts for anniversaries and holidays were luxuries I could never afford to reciprocate. When I complained about why commute after graduation, he bought me a car. Even my parents said I'd hit the jackpot. But I always felt he didn't love me. He loved the idea of having a girlfriend. He was fulfilling a role. Whoever held the title would have received the same treatment. I felt invisible. He didn't care about my feelings, my highs or lows. He actively discouraged me from relying on him. His constant refrain was that I needed to be more independent. Over the years, buried in studies and work, we barely dated. I ate alone, watched movies alone, celebrated birthdays alone, kept the home fires burning alone, waiting for him to come back. He didn't love me. I had a boyfriend, yet felt lonelier than when I was single. I couldn't live like that anymore. Breaking up was easier than I expected. When I called Liam to say we needed to talk, he just grunted an okay before hanging up. I didn't expect him to show up at my door 3 months later, drunk. Loving him was a habit. We ended up tangled together, used, and just as confusedly, got back together. But after that, I kept remembering his words. I tried hard to be independent. Now, he was asking why I didn't call? Liam clearly remembered that fight too. He opened his mouth. That time, I looked down. I'm tired, Liam. Let's just sleep. Before, I would have argued. I might have yelled. I'd have spent the night crying. Now, I just felt empty. exhausted. I couldn't be bothered. Liam's light brown eyes, behind his frameless glasses, flickered. He pressed a hand to his stomach. My stomach's killing me. Can you make me some soup? I used to make him soup whenever he drank. Something warm always helped settle his stomach. But now, that instinctive concern was gone, replaced only by the irritation of being woken up. I pulled the covers up, turning my back to him. There's instant ramen in the pantry. Make it yourself. Close the door on your way out. I have work tomorrow. Silence hung heavy behind me. After a long moment, the bed faded as Liam stood up. His footsteps, heavier than usual, faded down the hall. The door clicked softly shut. Darkness reclaimed the room. I closed my eyes. When I woke the next morning, Liam was gone. The ashtray on the coffee table overflowed with cigarette butts. He hadn't slept. I looked away, didn't ask. I only realized I needed the hospital after days of low-grade fever and a worsening cough. Dragging myself in, I was diagnosed with pneumonia. Heading to the 4 room, I bumped into one of Liam's nurses. She took one look at me. Olivia, you okay? You look terrible. Pneumonia. I managed a weak smile. Just heading for N4. You came alone? She sounded surprised. Why didn't you tell Liam? He could have come with you. I paused. He's busy. It's fine. Didn't want to bother him. Well, okay. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks. I found a chair in the busy 4 room. The fluid entering my vein felt cold. Winter was brutal. A young couple sat nearby. The girl was getting a N4. The boy carefully tucked his jacket around her shoulders, letting her lean on him to sleep. When she drifted off, he gently held the 4 tube, warming the fluid with his palm. I leaned back on the hard plastic chair. Exhaustion must have won. I fell asleep despite the discomfort. Half dreaming, I drifted back to before Liam and I broke up. I was still clinging then. Once, I had a nasty bout of gastroenteritis, vomiting, cramps, the works. I ended up in the ER. They hooked me up to N4. I begged Liam to stay with me. I feel awful. Please, just for a little while, please? Liam just gave me a detached look. Gastroenteritis won't kill you. Don't be so dramatic. I have actual patients waiting. I started to say something, but Hannah walked in. She spotted Liam and immediately grabbed his arm. Liam, there you are. Mr. Peterson in 304? His symptoms are weird. I'm scared Dr. Harrison will chew me out. Can you please come look? Please? Her voice was pure syrup. Liam's expression tanned almost imperceptibly. What's going on? Don't panic. I'll come see. He glanced back at me. I thought he might at least say something. Just go home after the drip, he said flatly. I'm busy. Won't be able to check on you. I watched him walk out with Hannah. At the door, Hannah looked back. Her smile was pure challenge, laced with triumph. Gastroenteritis was agony. Midway through the 4, I felt violently nauseous. I called a nurse to unhook me and stumbled to the bathroom, retching until my ribs ached. Afterwards, I stood at the sink, gripping the counter, staring at the ghost in the mirror. Pale, hollow, blood welled from the needle site on my hand. I hadn't pressed down. A dark stain bloomed on my shirt. Utterly pathetic. After that, I never told Liam when I was sick. Something soft settled over me in my half-sleep. I opened my eyes. Liam stood there, frowning. You're sick. Why didn't you tell me? The 4 bag was almost empty. I pushed his coat, off me. It's no thing serious. I know you're busy. I'm not that busy. You should have. His hand, reaching to steady my arm, froze midair. I knew. He remembered. Liam, I've got a solo procedure coming up. I really need a hand. Hannah breezed in, stopping short when she saw me. Her smile was bright, practiced. Olivia, hey, what's wrong? Should have told us you were coming. I ignored her, speaking flatly to Liam. I'll head out then. I'll drive you. He grabbed my arm, turning to Hannah without missing a beat. Can't. Find someone else. His tone was ice cold, unrecognizable. I was startled. Had they fallen out? Didn't care enough to ask. Don't bother. I pulled my arm free. Go back to work. He stood rigid. I walked away.